Week after week on Post Time, fans who tune in are sure to see some of the best racing on Delmarva. From Governor's Cup Day action at Harrington Raceway during the Delaware State Fair to Bally's Dover excitement with Rich Matron Stakes action and their signature race, the Progress Pace. And of course, lots of Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund stars were shining bright at both of our First State ovals. When it came to action at Ocean Downs, yes, there's always that one special night where we see some other four-legged competition hit the track. But we also cheered on Maryland sired Standardbreds during their summer meet, including Free State bred trotting mare Call Me Goo, who we also saw in action in Canada this year. Now, we love trainer Jason Skinner, but he does live dangerously.
Yeah, I think she's big 5-0. It was pretty impressive. Pretty happy.
No, I was gonna say, she's gonna kill you. He may need a doctor after that comment, but that's okay. We had a couple on the show. Dr. Christopher Bolt covered areas of the equine anatomy from head to tail, and even gave an update on a retired standardbred who is now a therapy horse. Plus, we visited the clinic of Dr. Paul Hannibut for a behind-the-scenes look at a gastroscope exam. And we loved featuring and getting to know the future of harness racing with our up-and-coming stars here on Delmarva that our whole community should be proud of. But we also went back in time to talk about the history of our sport in our popular Blast from the Past segments, honoring champions of yesteryear. One special blast was when we relived Montrell Teague's very first win. Post Time has watched him grow up before our very eyes, as this year he won his first driving title in his home state. It was a memorable year for Team Teague as world champion Wiggle It Jiggle It got inducted into harness racing's Hall of Fame.
I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm not a big talker like my dad.
Lots of farm visits were also on tap, including a full wellness feature for our Mother's Day show. We found out the Delaware Equine Council just purchased an incredible life-saving piece of equipment for our horses. We visited the Carlo Policino stable when the Delaware State University softball team made their annual field trip to the barn. And we took part in a beautiful meditation session with horses at Courageous Hearts as we were reminded of how magical these animals can be. Whether it was a farm or the racetrack where Post Time was rolling the cameras, we loved learning something new about our trainers and drivers, like how they got into racing.
The party ended up getting canceled because the kids' parents came home early, and we all loaded in the back of a mail truck with a 12-pack of beer and ended up at Rosecroft. So not everyone else's way, that's for sure.
But it wasn't just those familiar names and racing colors we got to know. We had the pleasure of interviewing passionate standardbred owners. And there were so many other horse lovers behind the scenes of our racing business who stepped into the Post Time show spotlight. We did a little traveling this year. One night it was just around the racetrack several times for an inside look at the starting car. And sometimes it was jumping in the golf cart to go to the winner's circle.
You riding with me?
I'm riding with you, baby. Shotgun here. Woohoo! We also hit the highway to a horse sale to see me bid on a yearling. I was so nervous, but I got her. What makes me more nervous is being in the kitchen, but we did that too. Okay, let's get back to our travels as we headed south to Shenandoah Downs in Virginia to celebrate Foiled Again's 20th birthday. We also went to Salisbury for a Shorebirds game and had a blast for our first annual Horseman's Night at the Ballpark. Speaking of baseball, did you know that Justin Vincent and Corey Lee's son is named Brooks for Brooks Robinson? And they even received a congratulations greeting from the legendary Oriole. We actually interviewed 2 Baseball Hall of Famers on Post Time. When we visited Cooperstown, Joe Torre and Jim Cott joined me to talk about their involvement and love for harness racing. And when it came to local VIPs, we can't thank our legislators and leaders enough for not only being on Post Time and visiting our local tracks, but for their ongoing support of our harness racing industry and their awareness of what our sport brings to the state of Delaware. But I think the most famous person we had on this year was Elvis. Oh wait, is he the real one, or is one of the Elvi jumping out of the plane actually Elvis? We may never know. However, we do know that here on Post Time, our biggest stars are without a doubt our incredible 4-legged athletes who give it their all each and every week out on the racetrack. They bring so much joy and excitement to our lives. Thank you to our wonderful standardbreds and to our horse racing family who took the time to be on the show, and to our incredible fans who keep tuning in for more fun and fantastic action. We're looking forward to the great things 2025 will bring us here on Post Time.